Was Kim really that bad with her staff and didn't even allow them to take a little break? Did Kylie Jenner really fire thousands of people from her company? And speaking about Kylie Cosmetics, is it really like it appears, or what kind of secrets is it hiding? There is no way to speak about the Kardashians without mentioning the word scandal. It is the basis of their whole empire, and without it, they wouldn't be where they are now. Their scandals usually involve other celebrities, but over the years, some of their former workers and staff have started to come forward to speak out against everybody they had to endure while working for the family. Scandals and lawsuits have been the bread and butter of Kim Kardashian so much that she has even started to study to become a lawyer. It's no secret she is a star of the show, propelling the series into stardom with her infamous sex tape, and now closing it off with her highly publicized divorce from Kanye West. So it's clear she is no stranger to controversy. However, some of the events that have followed her are pretty shocking. The most recent one of them being the mistreatment of her staff. Between the accusations against her is that she is not paying her workers the overtime hours they have to spend at the mansion, and she doesn't even provide the legal breaks she should be giving them or covering their expenses, even though she is one of the richest people in the world. So far, 7 members of her staff have come forward to speak out about her abuses and are looking to start a legal case where they request over $25,000 in compensation in the LA County Superior Court. NBC reported plaintiffs never received any pay stubs, were not paid on regular pay periods, were not given the required meal and rest breaks, were not provided a means to record all their hours, were not paid all their hours, were not reimbursed for employment expenses, were not paid all their overtime wages, and were not paid their wages upon termination of employment. Those don't sound like ideal working conditions, especially working for a billionaire. It's not like she can't afford to pay them. To make matters even worse, it is reported that Kim withheld around 10% of the workers' salary, claiming she had to pay taxes, but she never reported their employment to the government. And what did she have to say about this? She simply said, "It's none of my business." Her lawyers claim Kim was never involved directly with the workers as she hired an agency to take care of it, which somehow takes the blame away from her. One lawyer said, "Kim is not party to the agreement made between the vendor and their workers, therefore she is not responsible for how the vendor manages their business and the agreements they have made directly with their staff. Kim has never not paid a vendor for their services and hopes that the issue between these workers and the vendor who hired them can be amicably resolved soon." I mean, I kind of get it. Being a mother of 4 and having to split her life between her many business ventures and a reality show must be hard enough to also have to deal with lawsuits where she didn't even have the blame. But still leaving her staff without money for their expenses is simply cruel. She must have known one way or another. Also, this brings the question, do the workers on her other companies like KKW Cosmetics, also hired by the same company who hires her staff, are they being neglected too? But still, it seems like she is completely unbothered by it because just days after the lawsuit was announced, she was seen partying with Drake and attending Jamie Rubin's party. But the 7 members who initiated the lawsuit weren't the only ones who have come forward to speak about their experiences with her. One of her ex-assistants, Stephanie Shepard, lived a glamorous life while working for Kim. She even appeared in lots of episodes of the reality show. But in some interviews, she has finally addressed what it's really like to work for Kim K. For example, during Kim and Kanye's wedding, even though she helped with the planning of the whole thing, she didn't even get the chance to see the ceremony because she had to deal with non-stop tasks and errands, like getting the sisters ready, becoming a filmographer, and capturing intimate moments from the day, looking for Caitlyn Jenner's suit, amongst other things. Later, in an interview, she said, "I was still relatively new back then. I remember just not sleeping that whole week, and then I came home and I got pulled over on Hollywood Boulevard, and I just started crying to the police officer. Like, please, I'm just exhausted. I gotta go home. You don't understand." But that wasn't the worst of it. She also confessed she couldn't even date anyone during the years she worked for Kim because she literally had zero time. She also later opened up to Kourtney about her experience being Kim's assistant, and it seems she wasn't very happy about it, as she felt unfulfilled and didn't know how much more she was willing to endure. Kim didn't take it very well that Steph opened up to her sister about how she felt and didn't speak about it with her, calling her actions inappropriate. She also basically told Kourtney to back off because she didn't want her assistant being friends with her sister. Fans, however, had other opinions. One commented, "She was speaking to Kourtney just in general about life, They went out as friends and talked about life. When she's ready to discuss with you, she will. Of course she wants to challenge herself for the next venture for a career as anyone would. Another one wrote, "It's not unprofessional for Steph to talk about how she feels to a friend when they're hanging out. WTF. People are allowed to think about life in retrospect, Kim." But Kim isn't the only one who has been in the middle of a scandal about mistreating her staff. It seems her sister Kylie is also following in her footsteps, as she has been accused of mistreating workers and friends too. Just last year, Kylie was in the middle of a controversy after the company responsible for a clothing line Fashion Nova wasn't paying its factory workers. And from the ones they still had, they cut over half of them with no pay and no promise on when they would return to work. Fans were outraged by this and took to Twitter to express their feelings. One of them wrote, "Kylie Jenner, so you out there chillin' in one of your mansions while people in Bangladesh not getting paid for their work? However, let's remember that Fashion Nova is not actually Kylie's company and she just hires them. But it seems that working for Kylie Cosmetics, it's actually way worse. Former employees claim they were only provided with a lab coat, hairnet, and safety glasses while processing makeup, which clearly isn't enough. To make matters worse, she actually posted a picture in Snapchat where she was seen wearing all the protective gear while pretending to work but also using gloves which are not provided to the rest of the employees. A pretty low blow considering she only went there for the pictures. Also, many fans claim that our company is legit and an example because they don't test their products on animals. However, they test their products on workers, which is just as bad and unethical. When expanding her line, she tested several products on workers, which left them with a severe headache, while many of them also got ill. Many workers have also left the reviews online where they claim the pay is minimum and management is the worst. Others took to Twitter and wrote, "No health insurance for her workers, minimum wage, and poor work conditions, yet you're a billionaire. You have got to be kidding me." So yeah, she could easily improve their work conditions, but I guess that is how the rich stay rich. And just to close things off, let's not forget about the incident with YouTuber Andre Turbaya. Andre is a famous YouTuber with over 2.5 million followers who does animation videos and comments on current world affairs. Kylie asked him to work with her on a campaign, which he was more than willing to do. However, when he asked about the money involved in the deal, the response he got was,
We don't have a lot of budget to pay you, but, you know, Kylie Jenner is kind of famous, so you will get a lot of exposure."
Oh, that's amazing because I don't need to eat. My stomach will be full of exposure.
So yeah, you heard that right. Famous billionaire Kylie Jenner didn't have money to pay a YouTuber for a campaign and pretended for him to work for free. Sounds like typical Kylie. But now I want to know what you think. Do you believe there are more incidents which we don't know about, or are these situations being exaggerated? Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, please don't forget to leave a like, and until next time.